Have you ever felt like your life is on pause while everyone else seems to be moving forward, advancing, and prospering? You're praying, you're trusting God, you're doing your best to be faithful, but the job hasn't come, right? The relationship hasn't manifested. The healing hasn't come to fruition. The door hasn't opened, and you're beginning to wonder, God, did you forget about me? If that's where you are today, let me encourage you for a moment. David knew what it was like to wait. God had already anointed him to be king, but the crown didn't come the next day. In fact, after the anointing came years of waiting. There were caves before there was a palace. There were battles before he had a throne. There were moments when David had every reason to become discouraged. Yet he said in Psalms, I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And what I love about David was his honesty, right? He didn't pretend waiting was easy, because it's not. He admitted there were moments when he felt like giving up, but what kept him going wasn't that his circumstances had changed. It was his belief that God was still good even while he was waiting. And I think that's where many of us tend to struggle, or we wrestle with, right? We assume that if we're waiting, God must be withholding something from us. We begin to wonder if we've done something wrong, or if somehow we miss his will. Sometimes God is preparing the promise for you, and other times he's preparing you for the promise. And we hear this all the time. But in reality, the person you are right now today may not be the person you'll need to be to steward what you've been praying for. And so God is just as concerned about your character as he is about your calling. He's developing patience where there used to be impatience. He's building humility where there used to be pride. He's teaching you dependence where there used to be self-reliance. And while all of that is happening, it can still feel like nothing is happening at all. Just because you can't see God working doesn't mean he has stopped working, right? It doesn't mean he isn't moving around the players on the chessboard. Sometimes we're looking for the GPS, the global positioning system, and God is saying, I'm giving you God's protection system. And sometimes that protection system is you waiting a little longer because he is protecting you from you. So if you're in a season of waiting, or that's what it feels like, please don't lose heart. Keep showing up, keep praying, keep trusting God. Keep becoming the person God is shaping you to be. The same God who made the promise is faithful to fulfill it in his perfect time. And I believe this with all of my heart, that if God has spoken it, his timing is always purposeful. So wait on the Lord, but with expectation, not believing that God has forgotten you, but believing that one day you'll look back and realize he was preparing you all along. And when that day comes, you'll understand that waiting wasn't wasted. God bless you. And until next time, keep trusting God and keep growing in him.